Welcome to our onboard hospitality video slot, short and sweet video pick-me-up we've designed to help motivate airlines and suppliers to keep going through these toughest of times and make a positive plan for the future. We've set up Zoom calls with key movers and shakers in our sector, asking them one big question on the future of in-flight service relevant to their area of expertise. And with me today is Erdmann Rauer, CEO of LSG Group. I know you're based in Germany, so maybe start by telling us a little bit about how life is there at the moment and how you and your team have been coping and adapting with the lockdowns and the new way of operating.
Well, first of all, hello everybody, and thanks for the opportunity to at least reach out to you. I hope you are all well, and I hope that you're safe. So first of all, the situation in Germany / Europe is, as we know, we got really much impacted by the virus on 13th of March. That's managing a global business. We came across with the virus a bit earlier because we have operations out there in China, in Asia. So we had a few weeks beforehand, a few contacts, even it was at that time very difficult to reconcile what is really causing the issue. So we saw it coming. So what we're doing now, we really kept ourselves together as a management team and being out there for almost 35,000 people reaching out and trying to send messages, and also in those ways getting some reflection how it goes. But if you have an organization without almost no revenue, I don't know how you can feel about that, but it's quite a burden. It's quite a pressure.
Sure.
There's no forecast and there's nothing on the horizon what tells us what comes next, and that tells you then that you have to look to liquidity really to survive. Actually, I have to say, because it's a very severe crisis.
So obviously airline caterers have been massively hit by the grounding of aircraft and the travel bans, and so many people are worried about the future of the sector, and you are among those in the hottest of hot seats. So our big question to you is, how can in-flight caterers support the recovery, and what are the key priorities as you see them right now?
Well, it's a good question. First off, I have to say, if we widen a little bit the markets into a more aviation view, I would say it's a fair statement to say whatever recovery means, and when we get to new normal, I mean the whole economy worldwide, probably the transportation, including the aviation, will be the latest one will kick in so in the queue very much in the end compared to other segments in the world. Why is this? I believe that a lot of people have lost confidence in how can I travel really. Everybody is almost completely grounded. Most of the airlines out there, they're not already filing for Chapter 11 or for bankruptcy. They operate in 3 to 5% of their normal capacity. So basically there's no movement. If there's no movement on the airline side, clearly there's also no movement on the provider side, such as caterer. That is just digital consequence. And so what we do with this also is when we talk to a lot of customers now, we're facing the following topics, what they're sharing with us. They really have to make sure that the social distancing ruling and associated with this, the mask and everything, what is now the new normal on the streets and the normal behavior if you enter into a shop or into any kind of bar, whatever you do, how can we as an industry ensure that we can guarantee the same social distance on board or at the boarding and deboarding process in aircraft? It really is, I would say, when we talk to them, it's not any longer that somebody even don't want to sit to each other. Maybe there's I would say always a free seat between two seats, maybe that kind of things. They're going to be a mask. So that determines also the kind of, I would say, atmosphere while the people will travel in future. How are you going to serve food and beverages to the passengers compared to the past? And there's going to be a lot of regulation. And actually, we are designing and together with our customers, service concepts and product, really hardware, what really goes in sync with their consideration to fulfill their regulations and measures to stay with the social distancing. Then on top, there is a huge demand even before the crisis. What I see now as a catalyst, it means that it's accelerating the trend into the individualizations. There's a lot of people, they want better products, they want more individual services, so all the pre-selected, pre-order elements, and we call it the food on demand concept, that really airlines over their booking process have now the chance to get wherever they want to go with us, the service tailor-made, so to speak. Yeah, clearly. Yes, there's on one hand there's a heavy, I would say, cost reduction in general, again for liquidity purposes and in other reasons. But it's nice to see that those leaders, they believe into the reamping and repositioning the airline in a different fashion as maybe before. They're really investing in the digital area. That's good to see. Only those are doing that, they can be connected with us. Otherwise, you stay in a foggy place, so to speak, non-digital place, and it will limit you as an airline to change your business and service concepts to a more individual concept. Most of the airlines are saying, I'm really happy to see that they're doing this. There are different variances, how fast they are, how diligent they are in terms of executing their investments. But you can ask me in 2 or 3 years, you're going to see this discussion is already over. Those who have survived and those going to be in the markets, they're going to have digital under the roof.
And do you feel that they are, from the outset of those digital conversations, including catering as part of that conversation? You're a key stakeholder in digitalization, that they see that?
Absolutely. Look, it's on one hand, it looks and sounds, what I'm going to say, it sounds like a cannibalization. On one hand, you're looking for bulk volumes to fill the kitchens and serve the customers as it was in the past. On the other side, airlines now have to control costs, and they have to fulfill the individualization aspect, and they have to fulfill the sustainability. So what I'm saying with this is now the turning point where an airline have to rethink, and they should use that kind of crisis to reposition them eventually in a digital way. So if you carry so many customers and you really want to be individual, you can do that again only over a digital offer. That means if you don't book in future your flight, today you book a flight and you may have the chance to choose where you want to sit and then all the other ancillaries. What's about the service, which you just asked me? This industry has really no forecasting system. We basically work on average estimation based on past consumptions. That's not good enough. It's not precise enough if you want to go after other objectives like saving cost and being a bit more sustainable in terms of not creating too much waste in this world. It requires also the journey of transformation, because those companies like ourselves, they're already in that established industry under the, I would say, old parameters, so to speak. If you want to play a role in the future, you have to have very fast and very precise to convert the company from an, I would say, status quo into I would say more advanced company and again digital and process driven company. And you have to question a lot of things. And I'm sure that my peers in the market are doing the same. It's more than logical, but it requires a lot of speed and again investments. While outsiders will re-enter into this industry, coming only from a digital, without no food background or service background or any aviation background, they maybe look at the first glance very attractive for this industry as an alternative. But we should not forget, in the end, somebody has to produce it, somebody has to understand and have knowledge and experience in this industry. And I think we as caterers, we are qualified for this, and the LSG Group even more, because we're already on that way.
And do you see that airlines are responding to that? Are they coming forward and wanting these systems to happen?
That's what I tried to say in the beginning. Very, very positive feedback for two reasons. I think that they convinced and persuaded by the solutions and the momentum now. Because again, have in mind that the severe situation where they are, they're driving it toward that kind of solution. So the crisis actually is accelerating the trend, what has been in place already 3 months ago. Becomes a bit more transparent, that is the need.
Yeah.
I'm always wondering myself, if I fly in coach, why can I get not the bottle of wine what I want? You know what I mean? Why is it not associated with an innovation package. I say, okay, I need that kind of product, and why can I not top up? And this is again, the wish and the trend was always there, but it was very difficult to execute this kind of process, again, because the technology was not, I would say, to that degree developed. And again, the digital platform is there.
What do you say to those people who think of in-flight caterers as, you know, being really all about culinary, you know, just about food, and you know, you're not as tech providers and not as sort of digital transformationists? Do you feel like there is a, you know, do people recognize that you do have some expertise in this area now, that we've all had to come up? It's not just about chefs and beautiful food or nicely presented boxes, or
Actually there's always a certain cloud of our industry that we may be a little bit more analog other than digital. I have to agree with you. But if I sharpen my lenses to our portfolio and in our track record from recent years, I'm coming back to Retail in Motion. If we would have not entered in that deliberately into this segment within the, I would say, the retail segment within the airline catering market, we would probably today be very late to start. So there's a track record, and there's a best, I would say, practice cases in place where our customers have already certain experience with us. And over many years, I'm talking 5+ years, we also regained a lot of experience. We also made a lot of mistakes and we adjusted ourselves. But today, I would say we have a very mature and reliable service to it. Yes, our customer realizing that we have not only catering. Actually, that's why they're coming to us, because they see that we have the catering experience. And again, it's very important that we keep that experience, that we understand the system, the processes, but they see also on the other end that we're getting more and more to the modern side of this industry. And if you're I would say, an advanced airline and you need that kind of service to position yourself and to please your customers and play a major role in your NPS rating, you have to go with such companies who is more innovative rather than being seen as a good executor.
Thank you very much for joining us and for sharing your insights, and hopefully the industry gets back on its feet pretty soon, and we can feel confident about the future.
Thank you very much. And yes, there's indeed a lot of pressure, but I have to say, I have the privilege that I have a very strong, experienced team behind me. So that makes
you'll be all right. I'm sure you'll make it through. It'll be good.